Hello there, folks. This is the Blockbuster Beach Bum. Today I'm going to be talking about the future of Batman movies and just DC's movies in general and the whole superhero movie franchise. The Dark Knight trilogy brought the superhero film to a unheard of maturity. These movies have silly moments and there are stupid moments and they do have plot holes, but these superhero movies are right now the staple example of a really solid superhero movie that a person who doesn't like superhero movies can enjoy. Batman Begins was a good origin story. Dark Knight, I think, is one of the three best superhero films ever. And Dark Knight Rises, I have less than stellar opinions of, but I like it. So that should explain my opinion on those movies. Now, the problem with the Dark Knight trilogy isn't in the fact that it can't connect to the DC universe. The problem is it just can't ever connect to the rest of the DC universe. Why is that? Because the movies are so grounded in reality. They're very much in the real world, even though there are some questionable, fantastic moments that happen. As a whole, it's Batman if he were in the real world. And after watching Man of Steel, it's impossible for this variation of Batman to possibly exist, knowing that something like Superman exists. So, I think we should just throw away the idea that the Dark Knight trilogy is going to be involved in Justice League. But speaking of Justice League, Warner Brothers is still somewhat promoting the idea that Justice League could happen in 2015, and that Man of Steel is going to happen in 2014. Now, there's several pros and cons to this. I don't even know if they started production of Man of Steel 2 yet. I don't even know if they have a script yet. I'm going off of the fact that there's a Wall Street Journal article out there that says through a reasonable source that there is going to be Man of Steel 2 in 2014 and Justice League in 2015. So just take my words with a grain of salt. Let's just imagine this. First off, it means that we don't currently have any future plans right now for Flash, Wonder Woman, Green Lantern, or Aquaman, or what I want to see in a movie, Martian Manhunter. We don't have any plans for movies for those guys right now. We just have Justice League. Now, everybody wants to get on the superhero bandwagon that's created by the Avengers. The Avengers is essentially a Monster Mash movie, and now movie studios are realizing with these Monster Mash superhero franchises, there's big money in them. So, for instance, 20th Century Fox is combining Fantastic Four and X-Men to make their own universe, which will be interesting to see on the big screen, because it's not really like, different heroes. It's just different two teams putting them into one film. And Fantastic Four reboot's going to happen in 2015, the same year as Avengers 2. Then we have Sony, who recently admitted that next year, that in 2016 and 2018, they're going to have Amazing Spider-Man 3 and 4, and we didn't even have Amazing Spider-Man 2 release yet. I mean, what's up with that? That's interesting. And it seems like they're setting up a larger Spider-Man universe at this point. So what's DC doing? DC, after the big success of Man of Steel, $113 million 3-day opening weekend, more than stellar numbers, because Warner Brothers was predicting an $80 million weekend, by the way. And some people were projecting 90 to 100 million. Man of Steel, it seems like the studio was more than pleased with Man of Steel. Like, we didn't even get any box office numbers on, June 10th. Hadn't released yet. Maybe people saw preview screenings and all that sort of stuff. But June 10th, they announced that David Goyer was going to come back to write Man of Steel 2 and Justice League. And Zack Snyder is going to direct Man of Steel 2. Which gets me to think, you know what? Despite this stuff that's happening, it just seems like Warner Brothers is really pleased with the work that Goyer and Snyder did with their Superman franchise. Which I'm pleased about, because I liked Man of Steel. It did have a lot of problems, I'll admit that, but it just seems like, you know what, it has really laid out decent groundwork for something that could be really special in years to come. It's not the best start, but I think it's a really fun movie for me. Probably one of my favorite superhero films as it stands right now. It could change when I see it of that third time or when I see it on Blu-ray. But yeah, let me just get this. Sorry about that. This thing's squeaking. Yeah, not touching the back of that. But anyway, fast-tracking this Justice League thing tells us if the 2014 rumors are true, which I'm not confirming that or not, we don't know yet. I hope that they're taking their time. So take what I'm saying with a grain of salt. Let's just say in a hypothetical situation, Man of Steel 2 is coming out in 2014. That means that they already have at least some sort of script in development, or at least near completion, and they're already maybe starting or concluding pre-production and starting to shoot maybe pretty soon, I would at least guess. I don't know. It's just like, it's so surreal. We just saw Man of Steel. We just saw Man of Steel's very good performance at the box office. Mixed reception from critics. Mostly positive reception from audiences. I mean, it has an 8.2 in IMDb as I'm talking to you. It just seems like Warner Brothers is really more than pleased with Man of Steel. But they also means that they really want to get their superhero franchise started. Which means a few things. Which means we won't do this Marvel style, meaning Marvel had five movies leading up to the Avengers. Iron Man, Incredible Hulk, Iron Man 2, Thor, Captain America. They have those 5 movies leading up to the Avengers. And it's just like, Warner Brothers is like, you know what, we've been slow rolling this, we gotta speed this up. We gotta speed up the process. Which is good and bad, which means, yeah, we'll get Justice League, but the problem is, will it be any good? Well, I would hope so. I would hope, like I'm saying, I hope they're gonna take their time with this a little bit. Maybe Man of Steel 2 in 2015, maybe. Justice League, maybe 2017, maybe Batman reboot 2016, maybe. I don't know. I don't even know if they have a Batman reboot set. I mean, who's going to be the new Batman? I'm not even going to count on Christian Bale doing it, because some people are saying, oh, he wants to do Justice League, and I'm like, it's ridiculous, because I've heard several people announce rumors that, the things that he doesn't want to do it unless it's a grounded approach and Christopher Nolan's doing it. Oh, and no Robin either. Which is understandable. So we got to figure out who's going to play Batman, who's going to play Wonder Woman, Flash, and the new Green Lantern. You're going to have Green Lantern, in my opinion. You got to have at least those 5. You got to have Batman, Superman, Wonder Woman, Flash, Green Lantern. I like Martian Manhunter, but my uncle, who I talk to a lot about these things, wants Aquaman. He's like dead set on wanting Aquaman for this movie. So, there you go. What do I hope for Man of Steel 2? Well, I hope there's more emotional beats in Man of Steel 2 than in Man of Steel 1. I know it's ridiculous saying that. Lex Luthor, I think, should play a role in Man of Steel 2. And maybe appear in Justice League. I don't want Doomsday in Man of Steel 2. Maybe Man of Steel 3 have Doomsday, and then have the Justice League kind of react to what happened with that in a Justice League movie and the other, solo movies. And then Justice League 2 or something, Superman Returns. That's the way I look at it. If you're going to include Doomsday. That's if you're including Doomsday. I was talking to my uncle about that, and he's just like, how about Doomsday Man of Steel 2? And I'm like, no. That's too final to do Doomsday and Man of Steel 2. Maybe Man of Steel 3 and after the first Justice League. let's get to know the Superman a bit, and maybe more emotion. Like I said, more emotional development in Man of Steel 2, more connection. Make it better. I'm not saying Man of Steel was a terrible film or anything, but it did have a lot of problems. And even though as much as I loved it, I could see all those problems on the screen. I could understand what everybody was saying about the problems with this movie, for the most part. Even though, personally, some people criticize Cavill, but I thought Cavill did a great job. But that's just me. If you think he wasn't a good Superman, that's fine. I don't want to get into that debate. So, really, they're fast-tracking this Justice League stuff. What do you guys think of fast-tracking Justice League? Do you even want to see Justice League happen? Because I've read people saying, I don't want this to happen. I don't want a Justice League movie. I'd like to see it done right, of course. I mean, come on. That's obvious. So how do you think the DC Universe should pan out if they go the route of Justice League? Do you like the idea of the 2014 date? I don't think the 2014 date for Man of Steel 2 is possible, but if they're already working on it, I don't know. I'm not going to say anything. Take this with a grain of salt, and if it comes out that Man of Steel 2 is not coming out in 2014, don't blame me. You know, it's going to come out when it's going to come out. So I'll see you guys in Silent Film Saturday for Safety Last, which I'm very excited to review. I'm going to review the Criterion Edition when I get it on Tuesday, because I'm recording this on Monday. And I'll see you guys later. Peace.